Hi there, my name is Alex. I am the Silver Mont, and this is a Let's Play of Elden Ring. And well, how about we get right to it? Of course, first we need to make our character. And, well, I've already saved a template, so I don't need to go through everything. And, there's a nice class selection in Elden Ring. I like I like a lot of them, to be honest. The first character I made was Confessor. The one I actually played through the game properly on was a prisoner. As for this one, I was thinking, for the build I'm going for, maybe a samurai. Vagabond could also work, as could warrior, but I think we're gonna go with the hero. Uh, let's see. I will read the class origins real quick. Well, I'll go through them if there's any interesting ones. This one is, I think, one of the most interesting ones. Descended from a Badlands chieftain. Now, the astrologer is very interesting too. See, it says heir to the school of glintstone sorcery, but I don't think that's technically right. The astrologers came before the sorcerers, which is, this older, but whatever. Land of Reeds, basically fantasy Japan. This is a good one. This is what I went for with my first proper character. I said he was a glintstone sorcerer who did something they didn't like, so they stuck him in a not Griffith hat and stuck him in prison, and then he went for revenge. But yeah, let's go with hero. Now, how do I see the... Oh, here we go, yeah. Here's your... I mean, it's not really your race, it's your background, your origin, your template, as they call it here. The most common face among the Tarnished. After all, they were all warriors once. Most of these aren't anything too interesting, but the one I find very interesting is this one. The face of the Newman, supposed descendants of denizens of another world, long-lived, but seldom born. Now, just keep that in sort of the back of your mind for the time being, as we'll be talking about that quite a bit. I think that's very interesting information. But, yeah, we have a character already made, so we'll just go ahead and load that. That's my first character. Then I later made him buff, because, he started out as a prisoner. You're not going to be, like, ripped as a prisoner. I mean, maybe if all you do is work out, but it's all good. But, yeah, we'll go with this one for this character. I've, like, done a few male characters, so this one will be a female character. Aged voice too. Is that the right voice? I don't think it is. Well, whatever. Don't need to worry too much about voice, because you don't need to worry about any of this, because you can really change this at any time you want. And, yeah, we'll go with a hero. Don't worry, we'll be changing the gear later. This is a look, though. Name. I guess we do need a name, don't we? That'll do. Alright, well, let's... As, what is it, prattling Haight would say? Let's get to it.
The fallen leaves tell a story. The great Elden Ring was shattered. In our home, across the fog, the lands between. Now, Queen Marika the Eternal is nowhere to be found. And in the night of the Black Knives, Godwyn the Golden was first to perish. Soon, Marika's offspring, demigods all, claimed the shards of the Elden Ring. The mad taint of their newfound strength triggered the shattering. A war from which no lord arose. A war leading to abandonment by the greater will. Oh, rise now, ye tarnished, ye dead who yet live. The call of long-lost grace speaks to us all. Horalu, chieftain of the Badlands, the ever-brilliant Gold Mask, Fear, the deathbed companion, the loathsome Dung-Eater, and Sir Gideon Ofnir, the all-knowing. And one other, whom grace would again bless, a tarnished of no renown. Cross the fog to the lands between, to stand before the Elden Ring and become the Elden Lord.
There's quite a lot to unpack from that opening cutscene, huh? So, well, let's head outside at least. And who's this? It's a maiden. Was it our maiden? Who knows? It's a maiden, though. I've seen a lot of speculation, people asking me, oh, do you think the maiden at the start was murdered to make sure we wouldn't have a maiden? Maybe. But yeah, that intro cinematic. Well, for starters, I'll tell you one thing. A lot of people believe that one of those pictures was showing Margit fighting Radahn, which is absolutely not true. For starters, the whole point of that segment is to introduce the player to the sort of shard bearers, the bosses of the game. So it only shows you each shard bearer once. Why would it show you everyone once, but then Radahn twice for no reason? Reason. So you might be asking, oh, well, who was that? Oh, that's most likely just one of the misbegotten that Margit was attacking. It's about the same size, it has the same hair, the same face. And I know you're going to say, well, what about the gauntlets? Well, one thing pointing towards Radahn doesn't count for everything that points against for him. No armor, no horse, he's a fraction of the size of Radahn. Yeah, as for the rest of it, do you like at the beginning we saw Marika smashing the Elden Ring, but then when it cut to the next bit, it was someone else doing something with the Elden Ring. Well, that was certainly interesting, wasn't it? We saw. I've genuinely forgotten if it's pronounced Moog or Mog. I think it was Moog, Mogwin. But yeah, we saw Moog holding Mikola. We saw all the demigods, and most of them be showing up in the game. And we are related. We're gonna say this character is a descendant or a relative of the Badlands chieftain, Horalu. And here's the start of the game. Just it's interesting. Elden Ring. It's the most accessible of the. I mean, technically, no, it's not a Souls game, but it really is, and it's pretty accessible. Now, you also might be wondering, why did I wait so long to start doing this Let's Play? And that's because of the stuttering issue, which still hasn't been fixed as of time of writing. Now, the patch 1.04 just came out today, and it didn't fix stuttering, but I was like, it's been like 2 months, I'm not going to wait any longer. So we're going to go. If there is stuttering in the video, I apologise, I can't do anything about that. And if you're having stuttering, it's most likely not your machine. It's almost certainly the game's optimization. I've tried putting this game in the lowest resolution, minimum settings, and it still happens. So it's okay. We'll try to just ignore it. But well, let's get going. Let's have a look at our gear real quick. All right, I always do like the battle axes in these games. We're not going to use it for the most of the playthrough, but we'll start off with it. Large leather shield. Following the example of their chieftain Horalu, the brave warriors of the Badlands shun excess adornment. So yeah, we're gonna try and keep to this character's being lore friendly to some extent. We won't go for anything too flashy or ornamental, which well, you know me, I do like my silver armor, but what is this? Okay, yeah. All right. Statue, I believe, of Queen Marika right there. And don't worry about this boss. It's whatever. Oh, I actually thought that would kill me. Do it! I'm right here!
Don't worry, Torrent. Fortune is on her side. We found her here after all. One of her kind is sure to seek the Elden Ring. Even if it does violate the Golden Order.
You can defeat that boss, as you're probably aware, but I wasn't going to bother wasting time with that. Now, down here's the tutorial area. We'll go through it just because it'll give me some time to talk about stuff. That was our first look at Torrent, and, you know, I still forget her name. Melina, I think. I don't particularly care for that character too much, but we'll try and get most of her dialogue and everything. Now, one thing with this game, goodness me, there are a lot of similar sounding names. Melania, Millicent, Melina, Marika, and so on, and so forth. Oh, that guy, he was like, ooh. But I do have a build in mind for this character. It's not a particularly good guild build. A guild build. And, yeah, it probably means we'll struggle on certain bosses, but it's okay. We'll see what happens. Again, Elden Ring is accessible, and they give you a lot of tools. Some people complain, oh, there's no difficulty sliders. You don't particularly need difficulty sliders because they are in the game itself. Like, instead of, bringing up, oh, options, set it down to easy mode like that, it's you choose your difficulty in a more organic way through how you play the game. There are definitely some pretty powerful things you can use. You can never go wrong with the axe. It's been a pretty solid weapon in most of the games. I was just listening to what that guy was saying, because I hadn't noticed before. I haven't played this game with headphones yet, so you tend to, like, pick up a lot more stuff, I guess. Wasn't there an archer? Am I crazy? I swear there was an archer somewhere. Oh well, doesn't matter. Here's our first Stake of Marika. New feature in the Souls games. It's not a Souls game, but whatever. If you die, you can choose to respawn here instead of, well, at the bonfire. Yeah, and that is, of course, Marika. Queen Marika the Eternal. Alright, time for our first boss. How good's he gonna be? Oh, he's too good. He's too good. How can I defeat such a strong boss? Miyazaki, save me! That's a very funny weapon art. Which, of course, uses FP. Alright, yeah, that's the tutorial area. We're done with that. Is there any reason to go through there? I mean, you get this item. Which, technically, that's not an item. Wow. That was cool. Not... Oh, what voice do I have? Not the one I expected, but that's fine. And that, your character doesn't really talk in this game. Now, using our keys, we could go through there right now. But we're not going to, because there's nothing down there that I need. And now I've been thinking a lot, how do I do this Let's Play? Because there's so much stuff in this game, but do I go through every single, like, mini dungeon? Maybe not, because honestly a lot of them are kind of a little bit copy and paste. And I just wonder how... I think that might get boring if I go through every single one, so... Maybe I'll just go through some of the more important ones. Limgrave. Now, this game is split up into regions, which I can't really show you, but each region is color-coded. Limgrave, as you might guess, is green. Now let's grab this real quick. Small golden effigy. No reason to grab it, it's co-op, but whatever. It's our first NPC. Let's have a listen to him, shall we?
Oh, yes. Tarnished, are we? Come to the lands between for the Elden Ring? Hmm? Of course you have. No shame in it. Unfortunately for you, however, you are maidenless. Without guidance, without the strength of runes, and without an invitation to the Roundtable hold, you are fated, it seems, to die in obscurity. Luckily for you, however, there is one shining ray of hope for even the maidenless. Me. Vare. Take care to listen. Are you familiar with grace? The golden light that gives life to you tarnished. You may also behold its golden rays, pointing in a particular direction at times. That is the guidance of grace, a path that a tarnished must travel. Indeed. Grace's guidance holds the answers. It will lead you tarnished to the path you are meant to follow, even if it leads you to your grave. Grace's guidance will reveal the path forward, most certainly, to Castle Stormvale, over on the cliff, the home of the decrepit demigod, Godric the Drafted. It's time you set off, I should think, to Castle Stormvale on the cliff, where Grace would guide you, if you seek the Elden Ring, maidenless as you are. It's time you set off, I should think, to Castle Stormvale on the cliff, where Grace would guide you, if you seek the Elden Ring, maidenless as you are.
Awfully suspicious behaviour is why some people posit the theory that this guy killed our character's maiden, as we are supposed to have one of those to guide us. Fortunately for us, our character is able to see Grace, and Grace is effectively what keeps us coming back after we die. But man, it's always nice in a Souls game where you get out into the world and you can see. I mean, look at this. We can see so many things just from this starting little area. So much. I love it. They always design their worlds really nicely. Now, this is also, this area right here is where the stuttering is the worst, which is very unfortunate because it's also where the first kind of tough enemy is in the game. So it's like, not a great combo. This guy, you can definitely beat him base level. I've done it a couple times. Might be a bit of a struggle with this particular weapon, because this weapon art isn't like a high damage one. If you have like a weapon art that just comes out fairly quick and does a lot of damage, those are perfect for this guy. But this one I don't think would be that great. Well, we'll give it a shot. Ow. Oh, I missed. Oops. Oh, that was my bad. I messed up that. That attack has an insane hitbox too. Oh, I missed. Again. What a shame. Oh, he got me. That was a fine attempt, but we'll come back and deal with him later. No point right now. It's not crucial that you fight him at this point in the game, and honestly, we don't need anything from him, so we will come back a little bit later when we have a more surefire way to deal with him. But yeah, can easily bypass him. But yeah, I think I will just kind of either skip a lot of the dungeons or do them off camera if there's nothing I particularly need. Some of them, of course, do have important things in, so I'll do those. But a lot of them are just like, oh, hey, here's a whole bunch of nothing. Here is another NPC. And a smithing table, too.
You're tarnished. I can see it. But I can also see that you're not after my throat. Then why not purchase a little something? I am Kale, purveyor of fine goods. I am of a nomadic people, selling wares as I travel. The land has been tainted by madness since the shattering of the Elden Ring. It's only tarnished like yourself, who keep things from drying up entirely. Let's say you're a very welcome customer. You know, if you can spare the runes, you should buy yourself a crafting kit. A crafting kit allows you to make basic items on your own. Essential, really, if you intend to survive out here for any duration. The kit costs a bundle, and I admit I do take my cut. But the important thing is that you survive. Every customer counts, after all. Goodbye, for now.
First of our merchant NPCs, who are... they're a little bit suspicious for multiple reasons, but hey, it's all good. Let's head on up into this little forested area, shall we? Ooh. Now, I was wondering where to end this first episode, but I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to grab our horsey, then we're going to go for a bit of a venture. Because the item... Well, there's two weapons I plan on using on this playthrough. One that upgrades with standard materials, and one that upgrades with special materials. Oh my goodness. I'm good at video games. And we're going to grab one of them. The second weapon, it'll take us a while to get to it, but that's okay. Oh, hey, smithing stone. Very nice. Now, this game, of course, does have crafting, which you don't really need to do it if you don't want to, but it's there and it's useful to make certain materials. But yes, we're going to grab our first weapon. It will be a bit of a trek, and maybe I should speed up the run to it, but we'll see. We will clear out this, what would you call this, like a way gate, a way fortress, something. Ruins, outpost ruins, Gatefront ruins, that's good enough. There you. Now, of course, our shield, look, doesn't block 100% physical damage. It blocks 85, which is pretty decent, but not perfect, you know? So we'll be a little bit careful. Now, you might be wondering, oh, how do we get to the horsey? Well, over there. Or over here, maybe. But yeah, we will clear out this place first. Oh, this isn't... Oh, never mind, he didn't see me. And you'll see these things all throughout the world too. These wagons, caravans, whatever. That one had a great sword in because FromSoft are smart. They know people, probably a majority of players, use great swords because people like big swords, and that, you know, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. When they give you a great sword, you can get right at the start of the game. Pretty decent one too, because no classes ever start with great swords. Maybe they don't do that because they know everyone would just want to play that class. You fool, it was a trick. Smash. A birthday bash. Ooh. But, and of course, I don't know everything about Elden Ring. That's going to be partially the point of this playthrough, to discover some more things, think a bit about the lore. This is a flail, by the way, a new weapon. Can we use that? We cannot. It's more of a dex weapon. Oh well. But, oh, and of course, yes, you can stealth in Elden Ring. But yeah, one big reason I'm doing this playthrough is to have footage for a let's play, but of course a let's play, but also for lore videos, which I'm looking forward to making. I guess that kind of worked. Dogs, as usual, the worst enemies of them all. And yeah, maybe you're wondering about that sponsor stuff at the start of the video. Well, I'm not gonna lie, I need more money. Bills are going up a lot, as a matter of fact, because of just things going on in the world and inflation. But the amount of money I make doesn't particularly go up with inflation, because, well, that'd be nice, but it doesn't. So I'm taking more sponsorships where I can, where I need to pay the bills, because sadly my skills do not pay the bills. See this guy? He's got a little tutor on his side. The guy patrolling, that is. You want to avoid him until we've taken out his friends. Because now he's gonna... See, so now all the other enemies would come charging in at us if we hadn't taken most of them out already. That's our new counter-attack. And these guys also drop a really useful shield, which can be very nice and take you through the whole game. It's heavy, but it's good. These guys look really cool, but sadly their helmets look kind of goofy on, Oh yeah, parrying. I suck at parrying. Guess I could try one. Nope. Give him a backstab. Yeah, I'm not much one for parries, but they are an effective way to play the game. Whoops. That was amazingly bad timing on my part. I don't think I've, like, done any parries in Elden Ring. Yeah, okay, I'm out of Estus. No more of that. Backstab fishing. They try really hard to stop it being as good, but I mean it still works on a lot of enemies. Not every enemy. A lot will have like roll catches and things, but here we go. Oh yeah, am I crazy? I almost missed the most important reason we came here. well, two important reasons to come here. First off, map. Da-da-da. Very useful. Second reason is down the stairs. Follow me. I know the way. Oh hey, see how we just got semesters back? Yeah, that's another thing in Elden Ring. Very nice. Alright. I might also go into offline mode too, because don't really need to be seeing messages and everything. Maybe not, I don't know. Oh, yeah, I opened that. Alright. So that was our first Ash of War. And we got the knife that will allow us to put Ashes of War on our weapons. Ashes of War are basically weapon skills. For example, well, this is a weapon skill. And this is a weapon skill. We could possibly swap that out right now. I don't know if this one's any good, but let's sit down and see what happens at this definitely legally distinct bonfire.
Greetings, traveler from beyond the fog. I am Melina. I offer you an accord. Have you heard of the Finger Maidens? They serve the Two Fingers, offering guidance and aid to the Tarnished. But you, I am afraid, are maidenless. I can play the role of maiden, turning runes into strength to aid you in your search for the Elden Ring. You need only take me with you to the foot of the Erd Tree. Then it's settled. Summon me by grace to turn runes into strength. Ah, another matter. I bequeath to you this ring. Use it to traverse great distances. It will summon a spectral steed named Torrent. Torrent has chosen you. Treat him with respect. Shall I turn your runes to strength? Let my hand rest upon you. For but a moment, share them with me. Your thoughts, your ambitions, the principles you would follow.
There she goes. Oops. Oh, it's an interesting one. How about we try it out real quick before we go on our little adventure? I guess it's for doing poise damage. Let's have a look at it in our inventory. If we can find it in here. Oh, you know, it's because it's equipped to my weapon. Kick up a momentary storm. Okay. Alright, well, let's head back to Carley. Real quick. You know, we can actually teleport there, come to think of it.
This way, Tarnished. May I have a word? A pleasure to meet thee, Tarnished. I am the witch Renna. I'd heard tell of a Tarnished hurtling about atop a spectral steed, and upon looking into the matter, the talk, I surmise, is of thee. Thou art possessed of the power, no? To call forth a spectral steed named Torrent. Ah, as I had hoped, I was entrusted this for thee by Torrent's former master. 'Tis a bell for calling forth spirits. Summon them with it. From ash and return to the Erdtree, the spirits will obey thine command but briefly, as they recall battles past. Now it is thine, to do with as thou wishest. Forgive mine intrusion, Tarnished. I doubt we shall again meet. But all the same, learn well the lands between. How long will it be, I wonder, before the Tarnished tire of obeisance to the two fingers?
Wait, weren't you... Well, you're back. Care to buy something? There are others of my people who yet survive in these lands. If the mood takes you and you meet one, then offer them some trade, won't you? My people, wanderers all have long been spurned by the grace of gold, which is why we cannot settle, but instead are forced into this pitiful, unceasing journey. But thanks to that, things are not so different for us now, though the Elden Ring is shattered. I think this makes us kindred spirits of sorts. Your people, the Tarnished, and mine. Perhaps you don't need to hear this, but see that no harm comes to my kin. We have a saying, we wanderers, lament not your solitude. Expect no sympathy, no regard, nothing. But if anyone dares harm us, show them no mercy. That is our code, so to speak. Just the way we are, deeply unforgiving. I'm glad you took my warning to heart. You've made an excellent choice.
This tiny golden aura is the grace of the Erdtree. This light once shone in the eyes of your tarnished brethren, but now it is all that guides you. Or so I hear. You can see them, can't you? The rays of grace that guide you through your burden. Upon the cliff in Castle Stormvale is a shard bearer, a demigod, who inherited a fragment of the shattered Elden Ring. If the rays of grace signal the castle, then the Elden Ring beckons you. As an ally by pact, I pray that you are fit to face the challenge presented by the ring. Upon the cliff in Castle Stormvale, a demigod, if the rays in the Elden Ring, as an ally, pray to face.
those merchants are getting more and more suspicious by the moment. Righty-ho, let's stick on telescope there. And we got our first ashes. Remember what she said? The witch Renna? Ashes that have not returned yet to the Erd Tree. In other words, there is some sort of, well, if not a rebirth, then when people die, they are supposed to return to the Erd Tree. Now, we have a little quest to go on, and we'll end the episode when we've completed said quest. Going to be a bit hard to figure out without the map, but, well, I know where to go, so we'll go, shall we? And what is this on the way? Godric the Golden, humiliated, having tasted defeat by the blade of Mikola, now on his knees, begging for mercy. Oh dear. Seems like things weren't going too well for him, were they? But, oh yeah, you know what, I just remembered there's something over here too.
Oi! You there! Could you help us out, Cully? You? Yeah, you there! Stop pretending you can't see me! Why won't anyone look me in the eye? I'm not that ugly, am I? What'd you go and do that for? Oh, yes, I remember. Some clod turned me into a tree. You were just breaking the spell, weren't you? Thank you. The name's Bok. I was pushed out of the cave. Told not to come back. Not ever. Then I ended up as a tree. Lucky you came along, really. Oh, what a shame. When they threw me out of the cave, they took everything I owned. And so this is all I have to express my thanks. I hope you can forgive me. Or, well, if you can afford to wait for a while, I could sneak back into the cave and bring back something of actual value. Then I'd be of some real use to you, I reckon. Right, but I'll need a moment. I'm frightened of them, so I have to gather myself. My knees start knocking, just thinking about that god-awful cave on the shore. Right,
We know where the shore is, so now we will have to find a cave that he is trying to sneak into. But first, on with the quest. But yes, I suppose whilst we're going over there, oh yeah, look, there's one of the bosses that only shows up at night time. Fantastic. We're not going to fight him right now. Hey, buddy. Don't do that. It's very mean. And what is this stinky thing? Let's go to smash and find out. Or let's miss. Wow. Okay, well that was pretty miserable. Yeah, I'm still not really used to this weapon as I've not used it yet, but no matter. Those things do respawn, so you don't need to worry about that. Alright, let's go. Yes, Melina mentioned the Golden Order that will go for the Elden Ring, even if it breaks or violates the Golden Order. The Golden Order is effectively the dogma, the religion of this city. This country, I guess, would make a better word. See, that one will respawn into health, by the way, if we kill it. And we get some red Estus back. Yay! So we have the Golden Order, which is basically the main religion. Grace is, well, these are graces, and then grace is also what brings us back to life. Now, this puzzle, we basically just have to find where this is, and then go there in the world after touching it. So you can see that, well, obviously you're looking at an Erd tree, or a minor Erd tree, and there's some gravestones. This one, you know, I did find all of them, I'm pretty sure, on my first character. Unfortunately, I've also kind of forgotten, but it's whatever. Again, we don't really need anything from any of them. So let's continue. The only thing we'll stop and do on our way is grab any graces that we happen to walk into or walk by. And yeah, I'm kind of just heading in the vague direction right now. But yeah, there is another important reason to come over here at the start.
Is anybody there? Someone who might be interested in rescuing the great Kenneth Haight, servant to the true order and celebrated repudiator of the false. Oh, Erdtree, grant me succor. Ah, you've come to lend me your aid, have you? Well, that's very kind, but no. No, the help is very much appreciated, even from a tarnished. Despite appearances, nobility is no prerequisite to serving the true order. You might have heard of me, Kenneth Haight. Next in line is the rightful ruler of Limgrave, young tarnished. I would have a boon of you. I want you to take back my fort. It lies to the south, beyond the Mistwood. A knight commander from Stormvale took it. A fool! And plumb mad to boot. Simply obsessed with blood. What are you waiting for? A kiss goodbye? My fort lies to the south, beyond the Mistwood. Take it back for me. Oh, I see. You wish to know the reward. Fret not. The great Kenneth Haight is known for his considerable largesse. The celebrations will be lavish indeed upon the dawn of my fort's retrieval. Yes, now allow me to furnish you with a little advice. I would take great care to avoid Godric's tarnished house were I in your shoes. That depraved lot are obsessed with sacrificing tarnished like you for the sake of grafting. Honestly, Godric's nothing more than a jumped-up country bumpkin. Lord? Oh, don't make me laugh. First, he hid himself amongst the womenfolk to flee the capital, then hid from Radahn in that castle. Then he insulted Melina, lost to her in battle, only to lick her boots rather than die like a man. Has he no shame, the big girl's blouse? And to think, he's the blood of Godfrey, last of the golden lineage. You almost wouldn't know it to look at him. Yeah, I almost feel sorry for the chap the more I think of it. What are you waiting for? My fort.
Some pretty useful information he just gave us. Godric is hunting tarnished for the purpose of grafting them. Just what that means, well, we'll discover soon enough. And he also insulted Melina. Well, first of all, he fled the capital dressed like a woman to try and escape. Then he hid from General Radahn in Stormvale, insulted Melina, who I guess was coming through, and then lost to him. The Sacred Tear, a very useful item. Blessing of the Erd Tree, worshipped in all the churches... Sorry, in the churches of all lands. This is but a faint vestige. During the age of the Erd Tree, these tears were used to spread the faith, for theirs was once a certain blessing. And here we have a very useful item. A relic of the Physic Chemists, priests of the Erd Tree, harnesses the power of crystal tears, which only form after the passage of many moons. Various special effects are bestowed upon the drinker. Basins are placed at the feet of minor Erd Tree throughout the land between to collect their tears. So you could say this is a new type of Estus Flask. When we drink it, we only get one of them. Well, it respawns like other Estus, but we only get one at a time, and it gives you various bonus effects. Like you might get one, you can mix it, and you could mix it so you could have like bonus defense, bonus damage, anything like that. Situationally useful. How about we have a little break here too? See if anyone wants to talk to us.
Me? I'm searching for my purpose, given to me by my mother inside the Erd Tree, long ago, for the reason that I yet live, burned and bodiless. There is something for which I must apologize. I've acted the Finger Maiden, yet can offer no guidance. I am no maiden. My purpose was long ago lost. Spoken echoes linger here, words of Queen Marika, who vanished long ago. If you wish, I will share them with you. Very well. In Marika's own words, my lord, and thy warriors, I divest each of thee of thy grace. With thine eyes dimmed, ye will be driven from the lands between. Ye will wage war in a land afar, where ye will live and die. Well, perhaps that might serve you in lieu of a maiden's guidance.
So, that's how the Tarnished came to be. Everyone had golden eyes, right? Then Queen Marika decided, well, I'm going to take away your golden eyes, Godfrey, and I'm going to banish you from the lands between. Once you've left to these new places, you fight there and you will die. Which is what we saw in the intro cutscene. We saw all these Tarnished who had died in various ways. The loathsome Dung Eater, for example, had been hanged. Horalu had been crucified on a tree, maybe? Bit hard to tell exactly what happened there. Something strange, though. And, well, we're about to leave Limgrave. Because the item we want is a little bit of a ways into Caelid. The horrible, horrible land of Caelid. Lord Godfrey, at last at the end of his campaign, his golden armies unvanquished and unbowed, yet finds grace lost, tattered and faded. Yes, which ties into that message we just had from Marika. So basically he was undefeated in battle, and then for some reason Marika took his grace away. Tarnished Eater. It's it's like the Butcher NPC who's in all the Souls games with the Butcher's knife. You might notice she's wearing the Maiden's clothes. Ow. And she might also be a bit too hard to deal with at the moment. That does not come out fast enough. Oh, whoops. I actually didn't do anything to my Physic Flask. Sure, I guess. Perhaps it is slightly bizarre that this NPC was able to just, like, jump out of a combo and smack me, but whatever. But, I wonder, can we even run away from an invader? Or will there be a fog wall put up? No matter. We'll go on a little voyage. Now, if I remember correctly, we're looking for something over in this direction. Oh my goodness, yeah. Oh hey, they just left. That's pretty funny. Oh, goodness me. It's rotting. Everything. Rotting scarlet. The very earth that Caelid rests upon. And Celia, town of sorcery. The end is nigh for us all. Yeah, you are not mistaken, my man. You are not mistaken. Shack of the Rotting. Nope. Ooh, we almost had a terrible tumble down the cliff there. I think, and I hope we're heading to the right direction. You know, I want that. Okay, game, Yeah, I was mashing the pickup button that whole time and the game was like, no. Now, is this the right place? I'm pretty sure it's the Gale Tunnel. Of course, these enemies are going to be a bit too tough to really deal with right now. Yeah, I wonder. That's kind of funny and silly. Ow, that hurt. I really should just run past these guys. That guy at least I want to get rid of so I can have a better look. Okay, yeah. This is like a little mini dungeon, which we are just going to grab an item in real quickly. Somber Smithing Stone used to upgrade basically boss weapons. Oh hey, that guy died when he fell down. Nice. Touch the grace. Summoning pool is now functional. Alright. You know, let's do our wondrous thingy majiggy. Well, we only really have that in there, but that's fine. It's something. Alright, now we'll see if we can stealth our way. Can I actually remember where I even want to go? Ooh, my spine. Look, it's a land octopus. Woo. There we go. That's what we wanted. I'll grab this too whilst I'm here. You can't stop me. Alright, now I believe once we get out of here we're gonna have something else too that will pop up. Did you like how that little guy was just staring, by the way, at that ow. He was like crouched down staring at the land octopus like, what is this creature? Alright, very good. Technically we didn't really need to come here immediately. Oh, that's annoying. How do I leave? I thought we could teleport from the start of entrances. Can we not? Oh, you know what? There is actually another exit here. I guess we have to take that one. That's fine. We can just sprint our way through. Now, granted, this might be painful, but let's see what happens, shall we? Ain't got time for you nerds. Fortunately, there's never much to stop you just sprinting in these games. Oh, sure, the enemies can catch you. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Well, that's a very interesting sequence break. Discoveries have been made. Well...
Ah, where did you spring from? This was supposed to be a dead end, I'm sure of it. What's going on here? A door from thin air? Well, stranger things happen at sea, or so I'm told. But onward I shall go. I am the warrior Jar, Iron Fist Alexander. I was heading to Redmane Castle, on the southern edge of the scarlet, rot-blighted Caelid Wilds, where a festival is being held, until I was stumped by that dead end. It's time I set off to the festival at Redmane Castle on the southern edge of the scarlet, rot-blighted Caelid Wilds. Doesn't the thought just set your heart aflutter?
Sure does. One of the best NPCs in the game, right there. So that's really interesting. You can skip the first part of his quest and he will... That's super interesting. Yeah, because usually you're meant to first meet him over here somewhere, I believe. And he's stuck. But it looks like you can let him free himself. That's really interesting. Anyway, we got what we were after. But as you can see, we don't have the stats for it. So we'll swap to it a bit later on. Weapon consisting of a 3-pronged blade affixed to a long pole. The long central blade closely resembles a katana. Weapon of the Land of Reeds, known for its ability to be wielded as a spear, while still being capable of performing slashing attacks. It's a very interesting weapon. We've never had a Naginata in the Souls games before, which is, I thought, you know, might as well try it out, as I usually, for some reason, end up playing female characters on my Let's Play characters, so I thought, why not go with a female weapon? Oh, we're here. Tell you what, we're actually not going to go any further that way. We can call it right here. Well, as a matter of fact. Next time we'll start playing properly, so to speak. I do wonder. Let's check real quick.
Forgive me. I've been testing you to determine if the Elden Ring would truly have you, if you had the mettle to endure this long and arduous path. It seems my worries were unfounded. Torrent had your measure from the very start, whereas I merely pretended. There is but one other thing I can do to offer you guidance. I can take you to the Roundtable Hold, gathering place of tarnished champions, guided by grace. Very well. Let my hand rest upon you for but a moment.
And here we have the hub. Alright, that's really interesting. I think we've managed to sequence break 2 NPC quests then. Maybe just 1, but well, that's very interesting. But we'll call it here. Next time we'll have a look around the Roundtable Hold, shall we? Alright, well, thank you so much for watching. I'm looking forward to part 2. I hope you are as well. Ciao.